It's the Riot.
Oh, don't
Here's the
sigh
podcast.
on me into it.
Oh,
Come on.
You know what? Nikki and I were having a real strong day. And something happened in the last 10 minutes of the show where we were both just like,
the energy is gone.
Oh my gosh.
But that's okay. I mean, we got through. You shouldn't notice it because it doesn't hit till almost the end of this podcast. So you're fine.
Oh my gosh. Well, in the show today, we talk about what it's like to have 2 COVIDs at the same time.
I don't even want to think about that as being a possibility.
Burger King makes a strong showing. So does the CDC with the Super Bowl. We talk about, another great COVID moment. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but whoa. The nurse who lives, but no one believes.
The controversy still surrounding that.
Pacific Rim video stores.
The controversy surrounding that. No, it's a Netflix anime.
Do we have anything fun in the show?
It'll be fun. The Pacific Rim thing's fine. Oh, a lot of it's fine. Maybe we need more food tomorrow.
Did you hear yourself?
What?
You didn't say it was fun.
It's fine.
You said it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
If I say fun, people expect too much. Fun is now too much of a word. Fine and okay are what we should be shooting for.
Good enough.
Good enough.
Whatever.
That's why this show's still around. That's why we excel at being just good enough.
Good enough.
Well, speaking of food, just to let you guys know, I don't know if you'll catch this in any of the podcasts, but we did a Riot after show yesterday, and it was nice to have a couple of podcast listeners join in. So if you ever want to, head to our RadioU Riot Facebook page and our YouTube channel and follow there, and then you'll get notifications. Our after show yesterday, we just hung out for a bit in the studio and taste tested some new cereals, so you can watch that if you want when you're done with the podcast.
All right. Well, you guys enjoy
the day.
It's special.
The special okay day that it is.
It's fine. It's fine.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
The Riot isn't all bad, but this is the worst of the Riot. Radio U.
Dude, I don't want to jump in on it early, but yesterday I heard something that I was just like, no, it can't be real. No.
Does that mean it is?
Nikki, they've got somebody that has COVID times 2.
What does that mean?
They got double COVID.
Well, how's that? Oh, they have the super one and the regular one at the same time?
At the same time.
How do they even figure that out?
Double COVID all the way across the sky.
That's not... Why even tell us that? Why tell us that?
I know.
Just let us not know that.
So they actually have found 2 patients
that
have got double COVID. So they said, here's what I love. It's really unlikely that it'll happen. But they're like, this is 1 in a million shot, Doc.
Oh, and now there's several people.
Well, there's 2.
Well, that to me that's walking on several.
So what they did was
there's a couple.
They swabbed these. There were 90 people in Rio Grande, southern Brazil.
Ah, yes.
And they said that they came back. 2 of them came back for having
the 2.
So they, double checked, and they're like, oh yeah, 2fer.
Does that mean you had to get a different test or a nose, a swab here, there, everywhere?
I don't know.
Let's not focus on that today. Okay. So I'll just tell my doctor if anything ever happens in the future, just don't say, just say you have the 1 and that's fine.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
When I read that last night, I was like, no.
You're lying.
But the other side of it is, remember, Nikki, they said that we were in for a twindemic this winter.
Yeah, but
remember
they were saying that was just supposed to be, you might get the flu and that.
I know.
But then no one's gotten the flu. That's kind of gone.
So there
just because everybody's been, washing hands, wearing masks, and
well, you know what though? Here's what I want to know.
And you don't realize it if you got something else.
Does nobody have the flu, or is it just massively underreported? Somebody can probably answer that question, but I can't.
I haven't seen anybody, and if they have, then I think they just assume they have COVID, so they just follow that.
Yeah. No, well, I'll tell you, they behave very similarly, which is to say, It sucks.
Gosh.
So
Again, we never said anything. Don't worry about it.
man, starting today, I'm quadruple masking and I'm triple washing.
It's like, where's Obi? He's wearing all those masks. He's just getting ready.
Did you see that?
He can't even come in because he just can't get ready.
Did you see that guy out front? He looked like a cotton swab. Like, it's him. He's just got a lot of layers on.
It's kind of like when you see people who are flying and they wear like the whole jumpsuit thing just to think that it'll help them. You come in with that.
Hey, man, double COVID. It's in Brazil, but it's out there.
What's worse than the worst of the riot? The worst of the riot podcast. Yeah, you did this to yourself. Podcast. Riot. RadioU.
I didn't shave again today.
You're sticking with it. Guess who's growing a beard?
I think I'm going to have to shave it, though.
No.
I feel like it lends itself to a certain attitude of like it communicates something, not to the world, but to me.
Yeah.
It communicates we're not trying today. I feel like shaving is part of my like routine that is like, okay, I'm putting my best foot forward. I'm facing the world. And with this beard, I just feel like, here comes the bum. Shaving. There's none.
See, that's because you're still new at it and it hasn't developed yet. If you keep going with it, then you have to maintain it and you'll feel like you'll just have a new routine.
I guess. So now I just stand in the shower for a long time doing nothing.
Well, I mean, you got that. That's
and
great.
It's weird to feel the water run down through the beard and not your face.
Do you wash your beard? Do you guys scrub them or something? Or
I mean, I didn't today.
Do you take soap or something?
Did I wash my hair today? I definitely brushed my teeth.
Well, you're out of your routine, so if you don't remember.
And I did use soap, all over.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I washed my hair.
Do you use shampoo on a beard or you just use soap?
I think you can do either one.
You can wash your beard?
You can lather up soap and wash your hair that way. I've done that before, when times were desperate.
There's bar shampoo.
Shampoo was really?
Yeah, there is. It comes in bar form. Or like a conditioner, but
who's ever heard of such a thing?
It's not my style. I can't.
I've never had that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've certainly taken soap and made it into shampoo. And then I feel like in a lot of ways, body wash is somebody that took soap and turned it into shampoo and turned it into soap.
You guys get the fun one where it's like, here, it's the whole thing. It might as well be toothpaste. It's the whole thing.
Yeah. I do. No, I wouldn't brush my teeth with it. It's not good. That's not going to work.
But maybe in the future they'll have one that's an all-in-one.
It's in everything. Mm-hmm. If I just go into the shower, hold my arms open my mouth, and within 3 minutes, I'm completely clean.
Yeah, and your beard, if you just keep growing with it, you really put more days in it than you normally do.
I know.
Don't just throw that away. By shaving it off.
I don't know. We'll see. I feel like
till Valentine's Day.
I feel like throwing it away. Just like everything else in my life.
Just can't. Can't you commit to the beard?
I can't commit.
You just let it go.
It just shows up. And
does it bother you that much?
I don't like it. I do like the way it looks.
Well, we have a lot of things we don't like, Obi.
I know. I do like the way it looks, but I don't like the way it feels. And I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. Last week, I didn't shave. And again, maybe this is indicative. I didn't shave because I didn't feel good.
Yeah.
It was last Monday. I didn't feel very good, but I was like, we're toughing it out. But that was like but you know what, buddy? You know what, little guy? You don't have to shave today. You did good. You did good. You got out of bed. And since then, I've been like, I ain't shaving. So
maybe now you keep it growing and that will teach you. So next time you don't feel good, it's not associated with that.
With the beard?
Yeah, because the beard then will be separate.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. That's a lot of years of social conditioning that has to be overcome.
It's not an instant change, but if you just keep letting it grow, let's see what happens. You should take a picture a day as it gets thicker and thicker.
I'm not doing that.
Why not? Come on.
It's the perfect Instagram stunt.
It'd be great.
Programming is important.
Do it for the show.
The Riot with Obadiah and Nikki on RadioU.
Face palm time. How many people have been paying attention to the Reddit /GameStop /GameStork /game
I feel like the fun's over, but for a while there was everything.
Nikki.
Oh, it's back or there's more?
The fund is over.
Oh, I feel like we're not people aren't talking about it as much, and now people are in trouble or this and that, and then shut down and this and lawsuit that. So I feel like the fun times were over.
Well, yeah, it's time to get ugly. I won't get into it, but this I will tell you. It sounds like the people at Netflix want to get into it.
Oh, are they doing the movie? I saw some chatter about that.
It's been...
He's rolling his eyes.
11 days.
Well, yeah, you got to get you right on that, strike on that.
What the heck? What the heck?
So Obi says no to that then.
So apparently, this is a report from Deadline. They say that Netflix is in talks to make an untitled film that Mark Bowl is writing right now, or is in the negotiations to write about what has happened. This is the guy who has won an Oscar for writing The Hurt Locker and Zero Dark 30.
I feel like he could cover it.
Which is to say, he's not nobody.
Sure.
This guy, he has some street cred, but it's all going to be about how Wall Street credit. So I don't know.
The credit, from credit to Reddit.
Right.
Or from Reddit to credit, it would work.
Yeah,
so it's the guy, is it Noah Centino? I'm not sure about his last name, but the guy who's in the very popular...
To All the Boys I've Loved Before.
That guy. And then he's supposed to be, I think, He-Man, that one. So he's supposed to be in it.
Okay. All right. It looks like how can you already have people attached to star?
They're ready to go.
The machine is spinning
ready.
up.
Maybe they only had a certain window for him, or you just had a certain amount of time to make it.
So this guy's going to be He-Man? Okay, sure.
I think that's the one. Because he was bulking up for it or something.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
To bulk up for a role.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of time in the gym, right?
Right, and then you have to unbulk after every time.
Yeah.
Just to be back to the normal Obi.
Lots of oatmeal cream pies on the other side of that.
Sure.
You know how it is.
So Netflix, they just said that they're going to start doing that.
Yeah. What the heck? What are we doing? Like, you know what? I got a better idea. Let's make it into a Hallmark Christmas movie.
I'm sure there'll be some sort of version from that. Someone who lost a lot of money maybe had to go home for the holidays.
Yeah, and then they learn the true meaning of Christmas money.
And then he finds money at the end, so everybody's still happy because he still gets money.
Maybe it's called...
When he opens the inn...
reopens it. He lost everything, and so now he has to go home and reopen the family's business because it's all he has left.
Inn, yeah, that's all he gets. And he finds true happiness, which he never found on Wall Street.
And then he runs into his ex-girlfriend whose husband died recently.
Aww. And she works at the coffee shop. She runs the local coffee shop.
And the guy who died, that was his best friend. And so they're also...
Geez.
Right?
It is. And they don't even have internet there, so you know what Reddit is. It's such a small town.
People win awards for being the best at things. Are there awards for the worst? Because we have a contender. Worst of the Riot Podcast.
One of the things that I heard from a lot of people yesterday are complaints that even though yesterday was a snow day in, parts of middle America and especially the Northeast, but that because we're so set up for remote learning and remote working, that nobody really got a day off.
Oh, it didn't matter. Yeah.
So I got together with a friend of mine yesterday. He had a snow day because they they never cancel college classes. Canceled. And so we got together and watched Tenet again. Mm-hmm. That's a good movie, Nikki.
You do like it.
It's better the second time.
Is it?
It really is. It really is. That's a story for another time.
That's a side note.
But he was like, yeah, I got to go. We were going to watch a Godzilla movie, but he had more stuff to do for class because they're like, oh, yeah, no, they technically canceled, but like not.
Well, you still have your work to do, but you don't have to worry about anything else, the structure of it.
I feel like, and I understand that not everybody in the country gets this, but the snow day that's a sacred holiday. You get a snow day. You don't have to do jack squat.
That was only when you were a kid, though. That's not if you're, out of high school.
Bring it back.
You can't.
Why not?
I don't think you can. I don't think it's allowed.
Why not?
Because then it's fireable. You got to do your work. I don't know.
Guys,
if you go to your boss and be like, but it's a snow day, I don't know if they're going to like that.
All this stuff that everybody thinks is so important, just remember, we're all going to die anyway.
Well, now that really focuses it, doesn't it?
Will you say to yourself, I wish I'd gotten that report done, or I'm sure I'm glad I took time to live?
Now, I know that, but you have to have money to live, so you still have to have some sort of work.
Man, whatever.
Maybe there's a balance,
The government's going to hook me up if I get that check.
Oh, gosh.
So whatever.
I don't think that's enough to live on. Again, I like your passion with this, but I just don't think you've thought it all through.
All right, if you say so.
Can't live on that, and we can't, take the whole day off. But if you maybe cheat a little.
You know what? You could have a brief moment.
You could have an extra long lunch, and they'll never know.
Set a 60-second timer and enjoy yourself.
That's what they always say. Take 5 minutes to think about yourself.
Just, it's self-care. Oh, I gave myself 65 seconds today.
That's too much. Okay, now don't abuse it.
Giving every novelty food the publicity it so blatantly desires. It's The Riot on RadioU.
Listen, you're going to want to go to Burger King today, and I just want to get out in front of this for a second. They don't call their large size the king size anymore.
Oh, they changed the wording for it?
They don't call it that. I
guess I didn't realize it was called king size.
So then you'd be fine.
I would just be like, hey, I'll have a large. But I was doing it wrong?
I guess. You're probably getting like a Prince size when what you really want is the king size.
I was doing it wrong.
You were getting like a queen size.
I was missing out on it.
Yeah. Could be. I don't know. But I know that, Nikki, we're going to need to go to Burger King today.
Mm-hmm.
Which is something we could say any day and be right.
Yeah.
That's a correct statement on any day. But today is especially BK Day because starting yesterday, lo and behold, I didn't know, you can get a King Jr. meal, which I think is like their Happy Meal or whatever. It's got Mario toys in it.
Oh, it does?
They have Mario toys.
Hey.
So
See, the problem is, Eric.
Oh, here it comes.
Here it is. So
here it comes.
Eric went to Burger King the other day and had
did the manager yell at him about his $20 bill?
No, he had a very poor experience. So,
but that's part of the Burger King experience.
Part of the charm, but it was so bad that he came home and said, "That's it. So we're not going there anymore." I don't know if it's a Burger King like across the. Like a blanket thing or just that location, but he just can't do it anymore.
First off, again, anytime you say that he had a Burger King experience, that means he had a bad experience.
It is. It's absolutely true. The ones near us are just not the best.
So, if he went to McDonald's and had a Burger King experience, I'd be like, oh, yeah, it's bad, right?
Well, he had a super bad one and just can't.
Because Burger King is the worst, which is why they've brought in the best. To try to even things out.
I don't know if it's worth it for Mario. Sorry, Nintendo.
So you got a Mario toy, a Luigi toy, Animal Crossing toy, Mario Kart toy, and a Zelda Link's Adventure, like little Link guy. Mm-hmm. I'll take that one.
That looks fun.
I like that. Okay. It looks like that might be just a sticker, though. I'll have to look into what that's about.
There's the disappointment. You go in, you're like, where's the toy? You don't get a toy, son. You get a sticker.
There you go. There's a nice sticker. I hate it here. This is such a Burger King experience.
Great, thanks. Now I know how Eric feels.
Now I know how he feels. And what is it with your family and, you write places off? We couldn't go to a certain Chinese restaurant for 18 months until we were sure that they had fired everyone up to the district management level so we could finally go back.
Well, the one down there? Wasn't that because...
the one over here because they wouldn't take your money.
Oh, well, that guy yelled at me for a counterfeit 20, which I did not have, and that was a hurtful story.
Okay. Well,
I just couldn't go to that one while he was still the manager.
Right. So now, what was it? This Burger King here?
No, it's the other one, the newer one.
The new one?
The newer one. It was just a very poor worker, very bad, and they tend to have just bad workers all the time. They don't care that they're working there, and they don't want to be there. It was just bad. Nikki, so I'll go there.
Maybe you and I should go work at Burger King and change the culture from the inside out.
That seems to be what
we'll go over to Burger King and start caring.
Maybe is it when you're on a weekend shift? Is that when you're learning, or is that the I don't care shift? Or
I would also like to know what time of day it was, because there's this one McDonald's that I sometimes like to go get breakfast at. That guy's drunk every morning.
It's a bad one.
Yes.
This was a Sunday lunchtime.
I don't know.
If you get a Sunday lunchtime shift. How's that? Are you excited about that? Do you hate it anyways because it's the weekend?
I don't know. You know what? we've all done our time working different. Like I managed to work retail instead of fast food. Fast food paid better than retail, but I didn't want to sling fries. So you make your choices, right? But nobody wants to go to work, mostly.
But you can still have a good,
Nope.
You can't be nice while you're there? No? Okay, well, that's too bad.
You're going to see one uptick in mood when it comes to Burger King overall, and it's because they've got Mario toys now.
They're just taking them all for themselves.
This might be a good time for you to drop in to Burger King, because for the next day or two at the very least, they got Mario. They're feeling pretty good.
Maybe I'll just go, and I won't make him go through it.
That's a good idea.
And I'll go to a different location.
Well, you don't want to go to...
Well, the one over here is just as bad, but at least they're nicer.
They put a new one in near my house, and this is the one exception I will tell you, that if there's a Burger King near you that's new for about a month...
Oh, that's the sweet time.
You can get some solid BK, and you know what? Their food is actually goodish.
Just for that month, though, and then, it goes downhill pretty fast.
You're done.
There are some people that shouldn't have their own podcast. And by some people, we mean these people. RadioU's Worst of the Riot podcast.
A lot of people responding via text to the Burger King prompts. Apparently, Nikki, you're not the only people that have had some Burger King experiences.
Oh, yeah, you could say that about every place, though. But it just seems there's a high probability in our area of that.
Not about Chick-fil-A.
You're right. You are absolutely right. I think that's what makes it hard, like the food or not. Most people do. But they're just so nice. You go through the drive-thru. It's so well set up.
The only thing I'll say, though, is you also pay a premium when you shop at Chick-fil-A.
Sure.
When you eat there. It's more expensive than Burger King. Though I will say, I bought, when I went to New Burger King a couple weeks ago, man, I think I paid like $8 or $9 for my meal, and I was just like, what is it?
What did you add to the combo, or what was the reason it was so much?
I don't know.
Are these new prices? Or we just never paid attention?
I don't know. I just know that it was one of the rare times in my life when I was using cash instead of a card, and I was like, this $10 bill, this is like I'm a millionaire. Look at there's $10 whole.
But it's almost gone.
And they handed back a $1 bill and some change, and you were just like, no, I didn't give you a 5, I gave you a 10. She's like, pull ahead, cheapskate.
Aw.
It's fine, whatever. It's fine. Let's see. Trevor says that Eric was mad because he got the girl toy instead of the boy toy.
That wasn't it.
That wasn't it.
That wasn't it.
Zach is reporting on specific locations of Burger Kings.
On which ones he doesn't like?
Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine.
Guys, just open it up to any place. Any place has an opportunity for them to have some poor service.
Yeah, it's true. But there are some places that's like their calling card. That's the brand.
That is. That's
the brand.
That's the style. That's the tone of the whole drive-thru there. There's a couple places like that.
Come to Burger King, where we'll treat you like a king. No, you're the peasant. We're the king.
Yeah, that's it.
Who is this peasant that comes into our establishment begging for food?
It's all right. Everybody's just dealing with stuff, I guess.
Grovel at the feet of the Burger King!
So you just never know. And you just go and be nice, and that's all that you can do.
O King, wouldst thou giveth me a Whopper, please? Out of my sight! Please pull ahead!
It's like, do I still get my Mario toy? That's the reason why we were talking about Burger King.
Yeah, they have Mario toys now. And to quote Nikki, they're not very good.
Well, they don't look collectible. I don't know what else.
That probably makes them more collectible.
Do you think so?
Because they're crap, and so they'll fade quickly. So you got to get them, vacuum seal them, put them away, and then in 50 years maybe get, I don't know, 10 to 25 cents out of them.
If you were into ever collecting, fast food toys, that is something that kind of went away with the pandemic because there was no tie-ins. There just wasn't anything that you could put out with it.
Yeah.
So that, I think, with Nintendo at least doing the Burger King one, maybe that's a sign of that coming back.
Hey, I went to a sci-fi convention and they were selling glasses that, I'd thrown away, and they were like hundreds of dollars.
From things that you would have gotten when you were younger.
Heck yeah, man. So whatever. You know what? This is your chance. Get out there and make it big. Collect this Mario. I'm afraid it's a sticker. Like, that's what I'm afraid. Like,
it's a flat thing with just a sticker that you put on it. That's all you got.
I'm concerned.
Where do you go when you need someone to listen to your problems and give you a big hug? Not here. Obviously, this is The Riot on RadioU.
So this Sunday is the Super Bowl. Oh,
it is, isn't it? Why do I feel like we have one more weekend?
Because that's Valentine's Day, which is the Super Bowl of love holidays.
You're right. We've got some busy weekends coming up.
Yay. Now,
we're ready for both.
I probably have some music for that around here somewhere, but honestly, like the NFL.
You don't need to bring it up. It's fine.
Okay, all right.
I mean, if you have it, that's fine. But if not, it's no big deal.
Hey, ready? You ready? The Super Bowl's this weekend, Nikki. Whoa! Will Tom Brady be able to lead the Buccaneers to victory?
As the oldest player, they're just going to keep bringing up his age.
Is it the GOAT versus the... Wait, is it the kid? The GOAT versus the kid? Okay, anyway.
See, it really added some energy.
I know. I'm excited. And who's not excited about the Super Bowl? The Center for Disease Control. I'm telling you, man, I understand it's their job, whatever, but I feel like they took all of the RAs from all of the colleges and then had them like take a test. And they're like, did people consider you to be the lame RA? Did you find people for virtually nothing? You belong at the CDC.
That might be where you can just intern and just move right on into.
Because here's the recommendation. Like, hey, do you want to have a Super Bowl party this weekend? That's great.
It's a trick. You're not supposed to. The answer's no.
So here's what they say. Here is their list of things.
For the Super Bowl?
Have an outdoor viewing party.
Oh, well, a lot of places probably too cold, but I guess it doesn't matter.
We haven't had a massive snowstorm that's rolled through half the country.
You get
have an outdoor party.
You get one of those 10 things that make it, just like indoors.
It's fine.
Like all the other places.
You should still wear masks. You should still social distance.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they said do not, at this smaller scale down party where people are sitting apart and all that stuff, don't cheer, shout, or sing.
Oh, because of the spitting?
So everybody just... If you could all just sit quietly while watching.
Yay. All right. I mean, I know why they're saying it. It's just, and maybe they don't like being the one to have to tell these things every time.
They throw the best parties at the CDC. You can't even imagine the good times that are available there.
You probably can't even eat then. You shouldn't put food out. You couldn't share food.
Well, if you could, after scrubbing your hands intensely, put them out in individually wrapped serving sizes, and then take turns one at a time going up to get yours and then sitting back down.
I'm not having a party, but if anybody has any dip ideas, I want to make a dip for the Super Bowl. I think if we're going to watch it, we need some food that's our own, like, safe thing.
I'm not watching it.
You're not watching it at all?
And you know what? I'll tell you what we're not going to do. We're not going to talk about our favorite commercials this year.
Well, there are none. I mean, there'll be some, but it's not the right year for that.
That's the back half of this week, and then the front half of next week. All media coverage will immediately shift to, here's a look at our favorite commercials. Tell us what yours were.
Are you not doing anything at all? You're not going to make your dip? You're not going to eat yours?
No.
No.
You know what? I made my dip last Saturday for no reason at all.
Did you?
I did.
Well, what's that saying?
It's like, hey, I have a sinus infection. Make the dip.
I saw the doctor successfully. It's dip time.
It's sinus dip time.
Well, you're supposed to eat food with antibiotics, so that is probably better.
Yeah, they're like, dairy with antibiotics is a perfect choice.
You're supposed to dip your antibiotic in like a chip.
It was perfect.
And then just eat it that way.
It was perfect.
All right, well, this Sunday, don't forget.
Don't forget, if having a party, keep it small. No cheering, shouting, or singing.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a great Super Bowl, guys.
Everybody's shushing everybody, which you shouldn't even shush because that's more spitting.
Yeah, like that. You know what? You need to develop some hand gestures that communicate a need for silence.
I know what that's saying. Nuh-uh, that's not nice, and people are mad at each other.
I got a couple gestures for you.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, remember the Division 2?
The Division 2, the video game that you enjoyed a lot.
So much.
Was that last year or the year before?
2 years ago.
Because
I bought the Division 2 came out, I think, in March of 19. And then last year, I bought like the year one pass or whatever and got like all the DLC and stuff. And then something I quit playing. I don't know.
Oh, but you put plenty of time in.
Oh, so much
when
time.
When you say quit playing, it makes you think, you gave up. But like you put a lot of time in there.
I probably played the Division 2 more than almost anything I've ever played.
Yeah.
I don't understand exactly what it was about how that game and I connected, but like I played and played and played and played and played. And so they do what most games do where they're like, we've got a new season of content, but it's really just you running the same missions over and over and over again. But they're like, yeah, but if you run it 5 times in a row, we'll give you a purple gun.
Well, they're giving you something, but I mean, the game's old.
I get to a point where I'm like, guys,
you ready for something new?
It's not enough.
Sure.
It's not enough anymore. Like, that's not going to do it. But they may be bringing me back because today, the Division 2 gets an update, and it's going to be loaded with Resident Evil content.
That could be good.
So you're going to be fighting zombies. You're going to be getting Resident Evil costumes, which, man, it's so dumb that we like to dress up our digital dolls. It is, but I saw it,
adds real life to it. It adds something to it.
When I saw it, I was like, "Wait, what? Wait, I can get the Leon Kennedy outfit from whatever. I'm back in, guys."
So how much does that cost? For
No, it's free.
It's free.
Yeah, it's free, Nikki. Look, it's free.
Look at that. You get your hit right. You ready?
Yeah. Well, you know what it is? They're promoting Resident Evil 14. It's actually
that game?
No. What is it? It's The Village. Is it Resident Evil? They're not calling it 8, but it's like the 8th, even though it's not really the 8th. It really is like the 14th Resident Evil game, but it's called The Village. I think they're promoting
that coming out
thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't come out till May. But listen, if you added zombies to the Division, come on.
Are you going back in?
Oh, I'm in. I downloaded it last night.
You're all ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
My body is ready.
Just, eat properly today, okay? Hydrate, get ready so that when you get home, you're right in there.
I'm ready. Everything's set. Like, it's cool.
The download's done.
I hope it is. I mean, I didn't check it, but
log
I feel
in and
good.
check in and make sure you're all ready.
I feel good about it.
In case you had anything planned with him today, just, let it go when he cancels it.
Couldn't we have this meeting in the Division?
You want to hop in the game?
Couldn't we have class in the Division?
Well, that's actually something.
Look,
it's not a bad
for
idea.
history class, we're going to tour Washington, D.C. in the Division.
Yeah, and we love to learn about zombies.
The Riot is well versed on many different topics.
They're shy at first, but they're quite skilled at conversation.
This is The Riot on Radio U.
I think one of the single biggest problems that we have as a society, which, by the way, I may be doing it even now, is that we're destroying language. Like, language is a tool for communicating ideas and circumstances and things. And in the internet age, we're so desperate to get noticed that we scream all the time, constantly. And if the screaming's not enough and you can't get enough exclamation points, now you start tearing apart words and superlatives, trying to get noticed above everyone else. It's frustrating. So, which is why, you look at things like, for example, hey, did you like that? Yeah, I liked it. You mean you didn't love it and it wasn't the best ever?
See, that's what it's like being online. You could have stopped with, like, oh, you didn't like it, or, oh, that's interesting to hear you liked it.
Like, no, I just thought it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I enjoyed it. Oh, so you hated it? No.
It's the noise. The noise on a soundless place. That's just shocking.
And so, Nikki, it becomes hard to get noticed.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, I really appreciate somebody who goes out of their way to come up with a way to express themselves to help them get noticed.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to point you to Michael Osterholm.
Yeah.
He's an infectious disease expert.
Oh.
He was on Meet the Press this weekend.
Yeah.
He says that we're headed towards a Category 5 COVID hurricane.
I didn't have to add that.
Because he can't get noticed.
Unless he makes it. Yeah, I agree.
If he gets out there and says, hey, guys, we've got a COVID-19 problem, everybody's like, yeah. It's like, we got a COVID-19 hurricane. Bah!
But you put the category with it.
We've got a Category 5 COVID-19 hurricane. Now you're somewhere. We only have one step left. We have one left.
And that is?
Category 5 COVID cane.
Oh, gosh.
That's it. That's the last one. After that, we've got nowhere to go. We've used all the words.
Wait, what was the double thing from this winter that you had said earlier?
Twindemic?
That's it. Twindemic used to be like the now we're getting noticed.
Yeah.
So, but now this guy's doing it with the categories.
Category 5.
It's actually not. I
COVID
mean,
hurricane.
You kind of understand it a bit more when you put it in that term. It's like, oh, it's the worst one.
So, okay, he says that right now, we as a society are sitting on the beach where it's 70 degrees, blue skies, gentle breeze.
We are?
But we know there's a hurricane, category 5 out there, 450 miles offshore, and we're screaming at everyone to get off the beach, but no one will listen because it's such a beautiful day.
But I thought we were past some of the worst things. I mean, we all are following. I mean, not everybody, but can't we just look at it like the hurricane happened and now we're just...
I will tell you.
Can we ever have something positive?
All whatever aside, and I love the category 5 thing. Like, kudos to him for getting his name out there. I also hate it. And I can't stand him for getting his name out there. See, I can't decide where I'm at.
Sure.
But I'm experiencing both emotions at the same time.
I understand.
There's a thin line between love and hate, Nikki. It's a thin line.
I know. You don't like his approach with this.
But he's like, we're on the verge of a massive surge. Okay, I don't want to be the guy, but I just have to say, isn't that what they told us about Christmas? We're going to see a surge, the likes of which we've never seen, and it's going to be whatever. And instead, the number's down.
But they always say that.
I know.
But again, he wanted to.
He had to get out there.
And so he's got this new term.
I mean, if you were a producer on Meet the Press, you don't want the guy that's going to come on with the even-keeled,
the balance,
balanced idea. You want numbers, and so you want the COVID 5 hurricane guy.
I see what you're saying. That is
or
frustrating.
The category 5 COVID hurricane. And so I'm going to be on Meet the Press next week with COVID cane. Or maybe COVID-a-cane.
I was going to say, it sounds like Novocaine or candy cane, a little bit of both.
Nikki, this is no laughing matter.
This is serious, and Obi will be the next person with that.
Up next on Meet the Press, Obadiah, co-host of Radio U's The Riot Morning Show, expert on nothing, talks to us about the coming surge.
About his thoughts. Wait, okay.
And the power of language.
You might not know this, but Obi went viral many, many years ago with this KFC thing.
I did.
They could bring you back on as like, you might remember him from the It's So Good. Well, it's not so good, and he's here to tell us why.
Hey, Obadiah, you've had COVID-19. How was it? It's not good, bro.
You could totally do the same thing when you were so famous for your KFC thing.
It's not good.
That's just an option for you. You don't have to do it if you don't want to.
The Riot has now been downloaded. Hope you installed some antivirus. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
So, Nikki, I love conspiracy theories. I like the really involved ones, actually. The ones
because
where they're
they
like,
seem so unbelievable, or are you fascinated because you think, well, that's possible?
It's not so much about possible. It's just one of those things where I'm like, this is really intricate. I mean, they're like, oh, idiots believe that stuff. Well, but some of this is like, man, it's like Marvel Cinematic Universe complicated, guys. I mean, like there's a lot these are
of layers
deep dives.
to it, yeah.
And so it almost becomes like a window to another reality to me. I'm just like, wow, you guys have answers for everything. I'm like, in my worldview, I have to have room for a little bit of like, some things I don't know. There are things I don't completely understand. You guys know everything.
Sure.
This, though, it's not as good, but it's still pretty amazing. Tiffany Dover, she's 30. She works at a hospital in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And she got the COVID vaccine back in December.
Yeah.
She passed out when she got the vaccine.
Is she the one who passed out on camera, or was that a different one? Oh, everybody thought she died.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
I didn't know about it.
You didn't know about that?
Just last night.
Oh, yeah. There's a whole thing with that.
Right. So everybody thinks she's dead. She's out there, like, hey, I'm not dead. Here I am. The hospital's like, look, here she is coming to work, like all this stuff. No one believes it. Well, okay. No one's not the right word. The people that are convinced she died on camera, they say that's not her.
There was one TikTok I saw, because that's where I get all my news, where it was someone who was pointing out, like, her husband or someone even put, like, single or something, like she had passed away. It was there's so much with it.
It's amazing.
So she's alive?
Yes, she's alive.
Great.
She's alive. And the thing is, it's like her parents.
Her parents were saying it all along?
No, her parents are like, they're being harassed so intensely. Mm-hmm. They're like about to move because people are just like, why are you taking part in the cover up? She's dead. And they're like, she's not dead. She's dead.
Well, I bet there's probably still plenty of people that say, oh, that's not really her.
No, but that exactly that.
It still
they're
keeps
just
going.
Like, listen, they're just trying to make you think the vaccine ain't going to kill you. She's dead.
Well, she was one of the first ones, like on camera to take the vaccine. But she had said right after that she gets really nervous and with all the people watching her and stuff. So she passed out. But people then said, well, that's because she got sick from it and it became a thing.
According to Dave Murphy, he says that it's been 47 days since Tiffany Dover was last seen alive, and he has all kinds of photos to prove it, kind of.
He's got a lot of that.
It's amazing. But I will say this, though. What this got me to thinking about is one of the, again, big issues that we're facing as a society, and I actually think it's going to get worse, is that, basically when you go back to once Photoshop became a thing, and we've gotten so good at it, you could take someone, like I could take somebody that's convinced that you're dead, Nikki, and I could sit you down with them and you're like, this is Nikki, this is her. And they would not believe that you're alive. They could touch you, look you in the eyes, ask you questions only Nikki would know. And they would be like, she is a clone. She is not real. And you can't, when you get a person to a point where they are 100% convinced that anything is possible and they're right, man, forget about it. Like, you can't, there's no overcoming that.
No,
like,
the person is convinced.
The earth is flat, guys. That's it. Okay? And it's on the back of a turtle. It's real.
Is that one?
I know it's real.
Is that a conspiracy? Are we on I never heard that one.
Really?
No, is that one? Oh, I'm going to look that up. So, all right. Well, I'll go down that turtle hole.
Don't say that too fast.
The Riot. Not everyone's a fan.
I wonder whose idea this was.
RadioU.
Nikki, I think I'm losing it.
What are you losing?
Touch with reality, winter. Like, I think it's getting in here.
Now, this is the harshest time, though, for if you are affected by the darker, and it might not even be cold in your area, but just like the darker winter months that everybody's facing.
It's getting me. Like, I get this crazy feeling, and I'm getting it. I feel like in those cartoons where, like, I would look over at you, and right now you'd look like a turkey and what do you call it? Like
turkey leg?
A pie or something, where I'm just like, I'm so hungry.
Well, let's put that to the side.
I'm not Army Hammer. I'm just saying it's a level of crazy that comes that I feel like cartoons understand.
I feel like you get, or a lot of times people get anxious. Like it doesn't settle for you when normally other people might feel a little bit more settled.
I couldn't sleep last night.
Because of it?
I was up so much. And it's like, are you nervous about something? No.
There isn't anything to be.
Are you upset? No.
And your light therapy doesn't, at this point, sometimes
you get to a point where it's just like,
you hit the wall.
It helps, but it's not like fixing it. So I just want you to know when, obviously you guys are going to, in the next whatever, and you hear me and you're like, oh, he shouldn't say that. Just pray for him. He's having a hard time. He's trying. He's trying
his best.
He's doing the best he can.
Well, just to make you feel better, though, it feels like you always get to this point, though. So it's not like this is
new.
It's not new.
We see you get crazy every year.
This is a tradition.
Every year we see this.
So it's not like you should be worried like something's worse, because this just is normally the time a lot of people get extra frustrated.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you, like I take, why are we even talking about this?
Well, I'm sure you're not the only one hitting the wall of this time of the year.
The only thing that's different is that now that I take medication for being depressed, I swear to you, like I still get depressed, but like I can still work. So like at least I'm still coming to work. I like without the medication, I'll go home and just lay in the floor and be like, why do we breathe?
Now he's here on this floor.
Right.
So again, to work.
I managed to drive in and ask, why do we breathe? So that's something. Still getting paid.
You're still getting paid. It's a help.
Still getting paid.
It is a help.
I made the coffee this morning. In fact, I think I'll go get some.
Proper planning prevents poor performance. Clearly, the riot didn't properly plan. This is the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Now, there's probably some stuff happening in February that you can look forward to. There's Nikki's birthday.
That's a big one.
February 17th.
No. Every time.
19th?
Yes. You always say 17th. It's not.
Hey, you know what,
And then you look at me like, wait, you're wrong. It's the 19th.
Okay, well, here's the good news, though. Mm-hmm. If I were to celebrate your birthday 2 days early, everybody would be like, hey, that's great. But 2 days late,
would be wrong.
And I would be a villain.
That is true. That is true.
So, I mean, maybe we stay on the 17th.
And we just hope for the best.
And then when you say it's not my birthday, and I was just like, oh, put it all back in the bag.
Let's not worry about
Let's wait 2 days.
And let's just see what happens as we get closer to my birthday. So whatever day works.
We got that. We got Valentine's Day. We got the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's February stuff, but Nikki. March 4th. Come on!
What's coming?
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim what?
Remember those movies that didn't do well?
The
Kaiju.
Kaiju, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like I forgot this was a thing. There's a Pacific Rim animated series.
Really?
That's coming to Netflix on March 4th.
Animated series are so the way Netflix is going.
Apparently it's done really well for them. So it is anime, which the Pacific Rim films are very much based on anime, like, Japanese conventions and stuff. And so especially, man, if you watch the second one, that movie is made for an international audience.
Yeah, I never watched that one. I enjoyed the first one, Pacific Rim, but I never watched the second one.
The second one, as long as you understand that it really is a live action anime, you can enjoy it. If you go in thinking that it's a regular movie,
you'll be wrong.
You will think something's wrong with it.
I'm looking at the art. I think the art style of it I like.
I think it looks cool. So I watched the trailer. It's very short, but it's
like the show will be.
Probably. It's really like 10 episodes, 5 minutes each.
Yes, thank you. That's the sweet spot right there.
To be clear, we're making that up. I don't know how many episodes or how long they are.
You shouldn't have said that. I wanted someone going into it. And then you're just excited if it's more.
Yeah, but if you're into that kind of stuff, like look at that. March, you've got that. You've got the Justice League thing. You've got Godzilla versus Kong. Mm-hmm. And I believe the Mass Effect remaster comes out for the PlayStation and Xbox that month.
You got some stuff.
That's great. That'll keep us inside for another month.
Happy, at least. Get me some food. We'll be docile and happy.
That's right. So
Pacific Rim, it's called The Black. It'll be two siblings looking for their missing parents. That's the storyline with it.
Sounds interesting.
And it is based on the Guillermo del Toro movies, which the last one came out in 2018.
I should go back and watch those again. It's been a while.
I doubt it holds up as much as maybe we enjoyed it the first time. You think it holds up?
You know what? I'll bet that if I go back and watch Pacific Rim, I'll bet you I come back in here and say, I liked it better this time.
Well, you try it then. Tell me what you think.
I'll bet I do. Dude. When Pacific Rim came out, I went to see it in the theater on opening day, and I was like, man, it's going to be packed. Got to get my ticket. Got to be whatever.
No one?
There was like 3 people in the theater. And I was so bummed because I enjoyed the movie, and I was like, well, there goes this one.
It did well. It didn't do amazing, but it did well enough.
It did well enough internationally for them to make a second movie.
That's all they need to do. Even the second movie, it did well enough. And then that's all they need in order to make this anime. It's perfect now for a Netflix show.
It totally is. Well, I'm excited about it. March 4th. I completely forgot it existed. So thank you, Twitter, for existing.
For reminding you.
You reminded me. So I was wasting time online, and now I'll have more time to waste.
The Riot. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not good. Wait, isn't that exactly what it means? It's The Riot on Radio U.
Nikki, I can't help but feel a little responsible for what I'm about to tell you, because what did I just say? How excited I was about a new streaming show on Netflix, and how I was looking forward to that. And in the middle of that, yesterday, Tim Henson, who owns Dylan's Video in Missouri. This week they're getting ready to close their doors.
Oh, so it's a video store?
They're having kind of a clearance sale,
like
right
a physical
now.
one?
He said once the store reopened after a lockdown in the spring, foot traffic fell off 50 to 60%.
What traffic did they have before then? I mean, I'm surprised that they were even around before that.
Well, it continues to be a thing where if you live out in Nowheresville,
I guess I would still be a place to get stuff.
People will still rent movies. And you know what? If I saw a video store, I'd probably walk in and look at it, but I wouldn't.
But you like to look at things.
I do.
Yeah, most people want to go and get like the one thing they want.
No, I like when you get me in the right kind of store, and I will wander. And it's not a craft
Dylan's store would have been it.
But a video store, I would absolutely wander through there.
I hate to hear of any place closing down, though.
Yeah. So he opened it in 2012, which to me just seems like, what? How?
Maybe he saw a need, like you were saying, in the area.
Yeah, maybe it's a regional thing. But he said that basically a lot of people were coming in because they just loved that it was a video store. They were supporting it and whatever. But he said once the pandemic hit and everybody was like, wait, I can just get all this online. That was kind of the end for him.
Aw, sorry to hear that. Did he say what else he's going to do, or is he just selling it all off?
Don't know the answer to that. I do know this, though. You and I should go ahead and if we could head out to Missouri today, you'd probably get some movies at a decent discount, you know? I
can't tell you how many years it has been since I physically bought like a physical movie.
I'm back into it. Like, I've gotten more back into it. I'm telling you, the pandemic has done that because I'm not going to the movies. And so it's been one of those things where I was like, you know what? Normally I'm like, I'm not going to spend $15 on this collector's edition, whatever. I have found there are a couple of independent, quote unquote, film distributors, Arrow Video, Shout Factory, and a few others that they put, like back in the day, you'd get a DVD and it was loaded with special features. Most people don't do that now. They still do that. So you pay a little extra for the movie, but you get a bunch of really cool stuff with it. Again, if you like that stuff. See what just happened? How we got it? We clearly got into my thing, and I started talking about it.
I feel like you like it, and it has taken over the fun you used to have going to see a movie at a theater. Now you getting the physical copy, and it has all the bonus stuff, is like the joy of you going to a theater. You just don't.
Closest I can get. I just want you to know I pre-ordered the 10 Commandments, and I saw today that now it's on sale for $19.99. I just saved $3.
Good for you.
Unbelievable.
Look at that.
Wow.
I think you and this Jason from Jason Video probably would have gotten along.
We should hang out.
You could have been friends.
He's in his late 60s. He used to be in the Navy.
Perfect. You're not, never were.
I'm not in my 70s, and I've never served.
You're listening to the worst of the riot, Radio U.
So it's Tuesday. It is Tuesday, right?
It is Tuesday.
Okay.
Yes, it's good to double check. That's fine.
Nothing wrong with double checking.
And, the days blur together, so it's fine.
They do. I wish today was a special day. Like, I wish I was, as soon as the show was over, like I was headed out on vacation.
Oh, sure.
I wish that, it's not so much that I was starting a new job, but that I was just stepping into a huge pay increase.
Ah, I see. But something exciting and new.
Something big, like even marginally big. It doesn't have to be like completely life altering, just, something fun and awesome. I don't have anything like that.
Nothing planned?
No. And I'm just throwing this out here because I obviously struggle with it a bit, but the thing that blows my mind is that even though today is not especially exciting per se, that God still wants to hang out with us today. I mean, he still wants to do life with you today. And even, dude, you can talk to God about anything. You can whine if you need to. Like, God, I think Tuesday sucks. You can talk to him about it. And the great thing is, in talking to God, I found that there's a lot of catharsis there. I kind of get it out, like whatever. But whatever it is that you've got today, For most of us, it's just a plain old Tuesday. I'm sure somebody's on their way to the airport right now.
Or it's a birthday or something.
I'm sure there are those among us that today is a thing. But for
it's a special day.
The majority of us, it's just another day. But it's just another day. You don't have to be by yourself. It's just another day that God wants to be with you, that he loves you. And hey, maybe, just maybe, the fact that God is willing to meet with you today, that might be something that actually makes it special in the middle of all of that. If you don't have a relationship with him, you're missing out on like the best friendship that you can have. God has been so good to me and patient, because I am often, I get tired of myself. I'm just glad he doesn't seem to get tired of me. He at least hangs around, right? Jesus, I want you in my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. I want to have a relationship with you. I want to know what it's like to be your friend. And God absolutely wants to be with you, wants to be your friend, and just talk to him about, Tuesday.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
I'm a flippy, you are flippy.